There is so much about Erin that I really love. We love spending time together, and I think that's one of the biggest things to both of us, is that we just love to invest time in each other. And one thing I love about her is that no matter how much time I invest in her, she doesn't get annoyed with me. And instead of finding fault with me, she tries to build me up and help me get over things. I also love her sense of humor. She is one of the funniest people I've ever met, and a lot of times she'll do something and I'll say, "You're so cute," and she's like, "You don't think I'm cute, you're making fun of me." I'm like, "No, I really think you're cute and I love you."
The thing I love most about Will is how he makes me smile. Every time I see him, my face just lights up. His personality is so great. He's very thoughtful, and he'll do things just out of the blue just because he knows that it makes me happy. Like one time he showed up in front of my class with just a bouquet of flowers for no real reason, just because he knew I'd like it. He's a great man. Will's very hardworking, and I know that everything he does to provide a good life for us and to make our relationship better and to better our life together.
Erin and I met during our first week of college. We were both at a campus crusade party. So I met a few people there, and eventually a mutual friend introduced me to Erin, and right off the bat I was thinking, man, this girl is cute.
I had gone to a concert earlier that night with one of my friends, and I thought, it's kind of late, but I think I'll go anyway, see if I can meet some new people. And so I had gotten there, and one of my friends that I met earlier that week, she was like, "Hey Erin, I have a really cute boy I want to introduce you to." And so I followed her, and she introduced me to Will. Little did I know that I'd be marrying that man a few years later. My first thoughts of Will were that he's really cute. He had a great smile, and he was really funny. And then after we got to know each other a little bit more, he told me that he was from California, which I just loved. He was this cool California blonde kid with a great personality. So I thought I had hit the jackpot.
And so we started hanging out that night. Later that night we went to what's called Late Night Cafe on campus, and just had some snacks and talked back and forth. And I thought, you know, I really like hanging out with this girl, and I'd like to hang out with her more.
Will and my first date was not a traditional first date. I had been sick that day. I was not feeling well. I hadn't done my hair. I was pretty much in bed all day. And we were talking later that night, and I said, "Hey, I want some Taco Bell." And Will said, "Oh, me too." This was all online, of course. We weren't with each other. And he said, "I'll be over in a few minutes." And I thought he was joking because he has this great sense of humor, and I thought he was just trying to be funny. Little did I know that, 5 minutes later he was texting me from outside my dorm saying that, "I'm here, let's go." I didn't believe him, and I said, "No, you're not really here." And finally I decided, well, maybe I should go down and check to see if he really is there. And so to my horror, he was outside waiting for me, and here I was in my pajamas and looking all gross, and my crush was right outside my building.
And this was when I kind of discovered that she was sick and hadn't been feeling well, and she wasn't really prepared to go out, but I convinced her to come with me to Taco Bell.
So after about 10-15 minutes of Will waiting outside,
after, like I said, about 20 minutes, 30 minutes, she finally came downstairs.
I was finally ready, and we were able to go to Taco Bell. So we made the walk up north, and that was the first time we were really able to hang out with just the two of us.
That was really the first time we spent alone together, without other friends around.
We both really enjoyed it, and it was a great night, and I think it was a very memorable first date.
I first asked Erin to, I guess, go steady. A couple months after we had met, we were at Fall Getaway for Campus Crusade, and I had really felt like I'd really connected with her, and I wanted to take our relationship to the next step.
And on the last night of the retreat, he actually sang to me, to ask me to be his girlfriend. He was singing one of the songs that the Illini band plays at all the football games, asking me if I wanted to be his girl. And so I said yes, and that's, I guess, when our relationship officially started.
So at the campfire at the last night of the fall retreat, I sang to her the song "Hey Baby," which was at all of the football games we had been to, and just asked her, "Hey baby, would you be my girl?" And she responded. The way she said, what she said to me was, she said, "I may reciprocate those feelings." And so after that, we were finally official. Everybody had known beforehand that we liked each other, but it was finally official, so we started dating.
I realized that Will was the one probably 4 months after we had started dating. During that time, we had spent some time apart with fall break and winter break, and I really hated that time that we had to not be together. We had grown to be a crucial part of each other's lives, I feel like. We spent every day together, and I started thinking, I love this boy. He's the greatest man I've ever met, and I want to spend the rest of my life with him.
I think I knew that she was the one about a year before I proposed to her. I didn't want to tell her that I loved her until I knew that she was the one I wanted to marry. And at some point during that month, month of February, I decided I love this girl and I want to marry her. And so I said, "I love you," and that's when I knew that she was the one.
Will and I started talking about marriage a few months after we'd started dating, around spring break of our freshman year. And we were talking about marriage and trying to decide when would be the right time for us to go ahead and tie the knot. It wasn't until about a year after that that we actually decided that this was the right time and that we would be able to buy a ring and actually be officially engaged. Will was a little bit nervous about buying the ring, and I wanted to make sure that I had the perfect ring, the one that I would love forever. And so we both decided to go shopping, and eventually we found, the ring, and he bought it, and I knew we were getting some changes made to it, so it was going to be a few weeks wait until he'd actually have it in his possession.
We had gotten a bigger diamond placed in this band that Erin really loved, and so we had to have it sent away. But when it came back, it was about a week to 2 weeks too early, and so I got a call from the jeweler, and they said, "Your ring's in, do you want to come pick it up?" And I thought, this is the perfect time, because now I can surprise her with the proposal even though she knows the ring is coming. She just doesn't know when exactly it's coming. But I was having a really hard time coming up with a way to propose to her. I mean, I thought I could do kind of these cliche things that people always do, walk in the park, maybe rose petals everywhere. But it was the middle of February and it was pretty cold, so maybe a walk wasn't the best idea. But I decided late one night, it just came to me. I was out in the living room and I saw these big tower pyramid of soda cans. Our apartment, I was in an apartment with a group of 3 other guys, and we drank tons of soda. But we built this huge pyramid out of the empty soda cans in the corner of our apartment, and I thought, that is it. That is what I can use to propose to her. So I moved all the furniture. I moved the couches from the middle of the room, and I took the soda cans, and in the middle of the floor, I spelled out with the soda cans, "Erin, I love you so much."
Will was actually inviting me over to study, and just a normal Saturday. I'm just going over there, spending the day together and studying for the exams that we had coming up. Little did I know that when I got to his apartment, I'd open up the door and there he was. He had spelled out in soda cans that, "Erin, I love you so much," and there was a huge heart, and there was Will kneeling inside of it with the ring, proposing to me. So of course I said yes.
She said yes, and we decided that day that we were going to be married.